Hello, Hotel, Jumbo. My name is Archie James Williams, and I'm making that distinction because in my family there's a multitude of Archies. That's a family name, and that's a good thing because when we talk about family, we talk about lineage, time before you were here, while you're here, and then time in the future when you will not be here. That's the continuation of life. But as for me, I was born 1952 at KU. It's medical center now. It's KU Hospital in 1952. And I grew up on the Kansas side of the metropolitan area. My first beginnings was in a section of Kansas City, Kansas that has no specific name other than my little cocoon is at 9th and Split Log, where not only my maternal grandmother lived, but also my paternal grandfather. My time growing up over in Kansas City, Kansas is one that was an experience in that the 1954 Board of Education decision came down desegregating schools, and the first school that I attended was integrated. It was called Lowell, and Lowell was my experience coming out of my neighborhood and going, which was all African American, and then going to school with the integrated population. It was different for me. I can recall my third grade teacher, Miss Martin. I didn't know much about racism and things of that nature, but there was some things that you can sense and feel. And one of the things that I experienced with Miss Martin was that you can't be a smart little nigger. I remember one time that I used a little humor in class on an instruction that she had given that infuriated her. She took me by the hand to the front of the classroom, and she whacked that ruler over my hands until the ruler broke, and she still wasn't through. When the ruler broke, she went and got a yardstick and continued to correct what she thought I needed to be corrected on. Well, you know, being a little third grader at that age, I promptly shut down. And I wound up having to repeat the third grade, which turned out to be a blessing because it gave me the opportunity to experience and grow and flourish a little bit more, understanding different personalities. And the second, third grade teacher was completely opposite of Miss Martin. And that sort of set me off on a path that gave me a better understanding of people and how I interact with them and they interact with me. It was around that same time, age-wise, that I learned another lesson in racism, where my brother and I, his name was Walter Williams, he was a year and a half older than myself. And around the early 60s was the time period. We went to a movie theater in downtown Kansas City, Kansas on Minnesota. It was in the 600 block of Minnesota called the Uptown Theater. And some of y'all may be old enough to remember when there was a movie theater in downtown Kansas City, Kansas. But at any rate, my brother and I had worked around the house doing chores to earn money to go to the movie to see Godzilla. were so proud because after we'd earned the money, my mother said, you know, you're old enough now where you can go down, just the two of you, walk down to the theater. We lived at 9th and Split Log, so we walked down to 6th and Minnesota. And I remember how excited we were. You know, we put our little money on the counter to get a ticket, and there was a lady in a ticket booth, and I'll never forget the expression on her face. And she made a comment similar to, we don't let your kind in. And you know, we're focused on Godzilla, and kind, we didn't know what she was talking about. So all I knew is I wanted to see Godzilla. So I started to hoop and holler and cry a little bit. Now, how come we can't see Godzilla? I want to go see Godzilla. And I guess I created enough of a scene until the white lady said, all right, I'll let you go in after the house lights go down. But you and my brother was about 3 shades darker than me. He said, this other one here can't go in. I didn't understand again. I knew I wasn't going in without my big brother, so I showed out again. And she said, all right, I'll let you both go in. But not until the house lights go down.